Tshuma. I am a motivational speaker, I'm a counselor, and an advocate for people living with HIV. I've been living with HIV for the past 25 years, although I found out when I was 16. And it was quite tough, but I'm soldiering on.
Okay, and how exactly did you contract HIV?
My father was not sure, as like when I found out, it was in 2010 when I was writing my O's. It was discovered that my mom had complications when I was born. So those complications led to me getting HIV.
Okay, and were you in that period? When exactly did you find out, and how?
I found out in 2010 before I wrote my O-level exams. I got sick at boarding school, and it was quite a tough period because he thought so because I'd been sick since I was young and all. So it was later discovered when I had to come back home from boarding school after some tests and all that I was HIV positive, and it was a tough pill to swallow, but I'm pushing through.
Okay, that's great. And but when you found out, how was your feeling?
I was shocked. I was angry because I was 16. I was actually preparing for my exams. I was actually getting ready to write my exams at boarding school and all. So it was so sudden. It was scary. It was confusing. It was painful. I had mixed emotions. I was confused. And all I thought is why me? Because out of the three of us at home, I'm the only one who's positive. So it was it is very painful actually up to now. But I had to just accept it, and after a long struggle, and just keep on moving on with life. But then it was painful.
And how did you manage to push through? What did you do after you found out that you were positive?
After I found out, it was a phase where actually I was confused. So after a bit of counseling, like for months, actually years, because after then a lot happened actually. So then I can't say I want to lie. I didn't accept it there and then. It was after a long struggle, after a lot of counseling and support from family, friends, and counselors, and the people that got brought into my life. That's when I later just, it's actually something, it's something that I later just kind of accepted and turned my pain into something I wanted to inspire others to be able to push forward. Because yes, you might be positive, yes, Jayetika, but you can actually live a life that's with me that has a meaning, even though it's painful, even though it's traumatic at times. Because we find out in different circumstances and all. In some situations, and so in different cases, as you might have, we can push forward. We can actually make our lives. We can actually live a life with a meaning, even after finding out about the status and all. So I kind of found it in myself to know I can not be a statistic. I can actually make something out of myself, even though I've got this condition and all. It does not define me, because it's a candidate water. And it was a stage of my life where I was I was actually about to have my O levels. That's what hurt me the most. And I was at the peak of my life where I'd pushed so much in my life. So it was that push factor you can no, even though I might not have supposed to pass my O levels, even after so many trials, I can still make something out of myself.
That's right, and that's true. Uh, Saka, who did you turn to after you found out? You said you got tested. Where did you get tested? Did you get tested kuchikoro here, or makaenda nevabereki wako to go and get tested?
I got tested when I came back home with my father. Then my mom had passed away. She passed away when I was 8. Vakashayika ndine 8. Ndirimagore 8. So then I was living with my dad. It actually was before he passed away too. So then he was there, and I got tested to Koparenatwa. That's when they found out that I was HIV positive.
Oh, and saka wakazoenda kunogara nani after you found out about your status?
I stayed with my family and my dad. It was I didn't live home. It was as if it was before.
Okay, wait, can you hold on a second? I want to tell these people what's going on. Okay, guys, we have Thelma on the line. She's talking about her situation, the situation that she found herself in. She was born HIV positive, and she only found out when she was 16. Okay, Thelma, I'm very sorry to hear that. That is very sad, but how did you manage to get through this situation? Okay, wakati people brought God into your life, but did you not have a certain point that you thought kuti, for example, pane vamwe vanhu vanofunga kuti vatochinja. What would you say to those people that feel like their life is at the end, is at the edge? What would you say to those people?
I would like to say to them, Kitty, yes, I know I know it's hard to accept, because I was once there. I once attempted to commit suicide so many times. You feel so alone. But the truth is, God is there for us. God is faithful, and God is actually closer to us than we think each and every steps of our lives. In each and every step of the way, and keep on pushing.
Thank you so much, and I hope people that can take Thelma's advice. So Thelma, in this process of trying to heal, how was it like? How was this process? Can you explain how you feel?
The process was painful, because as for my case, it was now actually double. Like, the pain was now much more intense, because after I found out about my status, a year after, when I was 17, and like in the middle of the year, around July, I actually got sexually abused. So the trauma of finding out about my status and also getting sexually abused was like, it was painful, and nobody understanding, nobody not knowing Kuti. I was living with my dad. I was also trying to cope with finding out about my status. Kuti was and all. And someone when I can understand, didn't know how to react on all. And as for me too, I don't know who to turn to. As also a young teenager, when I'm gonna and now also it's the status, as the sexual abuse. It was a lot. It actually took me a lot of years to actually be able to really come to terms with, okay, it's HIV. You can be able to take a step back and just let it go and be able to move on with your life. Could yes, it's actually abuse. This person did not. He might have hurt you, but you can actually be the winner there. It was painful up to now. I still deal with the trauma and all. But I can safely say that I'm winning the struggle. I'm winning the war one day at a time. Even with HIV, I take my medication. Even with the trauma, sexual abuse, it's like I can feel that I'm a survivor each and every day. It's as painful as it might be, because I still get the flashbacks on all. But one thing I know is, yes, I kind of want someone but I know Kudechi, I'm the winner here, because might have said I can't put this on all, but I'm managing to push through the pain and everything. So as painful as it was, I'm thankful God is there for me, my family was there for me, and even the support system that God brought into my life from church, friends, and even the people in the accounts when I'm more paying along, I'm grateful. And so far, I can say I'm pushing through. I can't complain.
We thank God. And Inonzichi, did you know munakaku sexual, did you know the person who sexually abused you?
The person was someone on the Ngona, which put you like, you like, couldn't the same face, and I sent a good payuma. So, like, they could have such evil intentions on all. And also the time that when you took advantage of me and all, I was also in a kind of in a bad state because I was actually almost getting into an asthma attack and as I was on my way home and all. So I think I got advantage of Ngotechi and then he took his chance and all. But I'm glad Kungotechi, I'm still out of it. I came out stronger and yeah, I'm pushing through even. I get the flashbacks now and then, but I'm glad I didn't let it pull me down even then as a Kotichi. I was still trying to cope with the state about my status. I'm glad it didn't get to me as far as I thought it was.
Saga, did you report this person who was sexually harassing you? Or you decided to keep it to yourself?
No, we did report it because akatenda kukwatira on all vakatoti vachamusunga, but we couldn't follow up because at the second hearing it didn't show up.
That's very sad. And Inonzichi, we have a comment here. I think that is something you would feel comfortable answering. It says, so now you are 25. Tell us ndapi ma challenges or kusangana nao pa ma relationships.
The truth is, it's quite hard actually, because not everybody is open to dating a woman who's HIV positive. And what if they've got devious intentions? Like sometimes I'm not as open as other people are. What if they've got evil intentions? What if I chukufunga this and that? But some do care, but I've just noticed that most of them are conceited and all, and most of the time I'm also withdrawn because if you tell them about your status and all, are they really serious about really, really getting to know you, or I don't go to 2 minutes, and of which with me, I would really want somebody who's in it for the long run. If they cannot take me for my the way I am, it's really hard. So far I've just been laying it low because I've noticed Kutichi, most of them 2 minutes, and most of them, like, they now know that I'm an advocate. They are now more withdrawn because they know I went public. At the moment they really know that's Thelma and all, and some just want the pretty face, but it's not really serious and all. So yeah, that topic is quite tough because not every guy would really want a lady who's HIV positive. It's quite a very sensitive topic. So yeah, I don't know.
Or have you ever been in that situation where you had to explain to a partner or the guy you are dating about your status?
Yes, I have.
You have?
I have so many times, and they disappear. Okay. And some, most of them just actually, okay, and they act so cool about it. And then after 2 or 3 days, they've blocked you, or they just appear from nowhere. And like it's a one tough situation I've seen it happen most of the time. So I just learned to really take it slow because it's not one topic guys really want to hear about.
It is. I mean, it's like and you, since your parents in general, since they did not tell you about your status in those 16 years, were you on any sort of medication?
Yes, and those 16 years I had been taking medication for asthma because I've been getting attacks since I was so young. And now and then I'd get also eczema outbreaks, and the most severe was in Form 2. But before then, I never knew about my status.
So they did not give you any medication?
No, they didn't. Not like for HIV, I didn't.
Okay. And okay, so I'm going to be reading my comments panel, and I hope you are free to answer them. Guys, if you have any questions for Elma, feel free to ask her. We have her online and she's open to answering your questions. Okay, someone says what's her Facebook name? Daripina pa screen. And Thelma, could you tell us? Hello? Okay, I think network yake is sweet. The network is bad. Let me try to call her back. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Beverly. Okay. So now, unfortunately, Thelma is no longer online, but Thelma right now, ari kuitawo ma-online sessions, ma-one-on-one sessions for my HIV victims. We are going to be waiting for her in case she calls again. But she's doing my one-on-one online services. If you want to get in touch with her, Facebook rake enda ripina pa screen up. That is her Facebook name, and the contacting details are also available on the page.
Hello?
Hello, Thelma. We had lost you.
I'm sorry about that. My network is acting up.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, I have a comment here. It says, how did your relatives take it?
Actually, they took it very well. I don't know. It was actually at first it was actually hard to swallow. They were shocked, but they've been supportive.
Very good supporter.
Yes, very good supporter, and up to now they're supportive.
That's great. And how did your friends take it? Do you have any friends that you lost because of your story?
Yeah, some friends do disappear. Some friends did disappear, and I did get new friends. Yeah, I remember I lost my best friend. We were friends since nursery school. And Equity was a friend, and I think the father found out and started acting cold and all. And then, yeah, from then I could just tell Equity. That was my first encounter with stigma in my face in Kweti Chica. We don't like you, but we don't want to tell you. Because some really like tell you in your face with their words, but with their actions and all. And she was my best friend since nursery school. And my visit before, actually, maybe it's because I told the mom and all, I'm not sure. So it was very cool. Like, I was shocked, critical, but it then dawned to me, oh, it's because I told the mother, and when he was not there, so he didn't take it lightly and didn't want me around his daughter. So now I'm going to, no, it's okay, it's life. And I've learned to really just be able to accept, because if you take it to heart, it really hurts, because and it's not worth it.
It is. It's not worth it. Kana vanhu vasingakuaccept for who you are, you cannot do anything about it.
That's true.
So you said you also have siblings that that came out negative, HIV negative. How do you feel when you're
Yes.
when you're with them, and how do they act towards you? Do you understand each other?
We do. We're actually very close. They're my motivational speakers. I'm the only girl and they're the boys. And yeah, they're my bodyguards. They're awesome. They're amazing. And it was at first I don't understand why. But as life went on, and me and my little brother, we've been close to Badiki. And the older one, when I found out, Angad University of South Africa. So also when he found out, it was also a shock on his part. But we've been close, and even now that he has passed away, we're actually getting closer. We look after each other. Like we know that like the Tshuma trio in a crazy way could we inseparable even the white up and all. It's amazing. But yeah, even HIV madness could not even bring us apart and all. It's amazing because I thought Kudichi, since there is God, I would have actually didn't know but would God understand me and all because it was Kwemiro was scary when he passed away. But the boys and I have actually gone closer. Dad is gone, but we're still here. Like through thick and thin, we watch out for each other and all. And God, I've seen how God is amazing through the boys and all. It's awesome.
Well, that's great, Thelma. I'm really happy for you, and I hope that other people that do not feel comfortable in talking about these things reach out to you. So can you tell us more about your motivational speaking? How did it start, and where are you at the moment?
With motivational speaking, actually, I was pushed when I did my first production Kurab's theater. I think I'd been told the year before Kuti I've got a memory loss problem due to HIV because I found out about HIV a bit late. So my memory, like sometimes I really forget stuff. So when I went to raps, I wasn't sure if I was going to really be able to act a play because I would have to learn the script, which really came what. But when I got there, like I was actually very nervous to actually join the team. But actually, I learn faster when I watch stuff than in the classroom. So I watched the other guys as they rehearsed and all, and that was one of my lines. Uncle, actually before opening show, like Parakatanga play, I actually got lines a bit late, but I managed to learn them. And before opening night, on opening night, I was on point. And even the tricks, like an actor, it sold out. And before I felt like something was like it. I wanted to give back to society. I wanted to be there for my youth. Could love does not end in chi. It does not end like because I could tell how my peers who are positive we would sometimes get depressed and all like the way I felt I could tell Kudichi I'm not the only one and I wanted to show them sometimes it's not the end of the road. Sometimes there is always God will give us a way out of that dark corner and all, and that play was that perspective. I could tell God is saying, "Come on, you can make it." Yes. Like they might laugh, you felt all over 4 times. You might have been raped. You might not have molested. Sorry, you might have been molested. You might have HIV. Like you've been down, but you can really still get up and keep on pushing and watch and be there for others. And unfortunately I found an editor online on Facebook who managed to tell my story. She did an interview of me that actually managed to reach out to so many people. From there, God has been doing his thing through that story. I managed to go for workshops with Pulp Week, with Pan-African Women's Coalition, with my belief with HIV. Like I've learned a lot from those ladies. I've learned how to be an advocate from those ladies, and from there, I've grown to be a counselor, motivational speaker that I am today. and even the advocacy that I do online, even being Auntie Thelma from the kids Sunday school, and now I'm Auntie Thelma to everyone. It's amazing. So it's amazing how God does it quickly. From that shy girl who could not talk when I was young, now I'm able to. I've told my stories, like at so many functions, Ignite Truth, at Upper Room. My last function was actually at the Shiro's function, where up to now I'm still amazed I was able to speak at that function. But I've seen how God is amazing and how I'm able to my story can able to speak to people's lives in an amazing way, and I'm happy. And in me being a motivational speaker, it's my story being able to speak to people and in the way God intended it to be. So it's not me. It's God being able to minister to people through my story. I cannot say it's me because now wow and drama happened, and the story of my life is speaking on its own, the way God wants it to be.
I agree, and I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm very happy about the things that you are doing because my youth mashoma nda come out about their status because mu society yedu nowadays, society yedu I don't know, it does not accept other people for who they are, especially panyaya dzakadai. A lot of people are very skeptical on this.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, you're very true. Like I've seen how people talk, like if they only knew how it's painful, because like for the youth, it actually is a very is what, because they're still coming out. Most of them do not know how they got HIV. Some of them. Some of them, when I get a mistake, I'm going to have a cut out of my periods, and you call them names, even in the movies, even in my drama, actual, like the ignorance is painful. If we could only be able to get the right information when we act the movie, or if we do not know, don't joke about it, because you're hurting so many lives. Even the ones cause of that statement, or cause of that movie, or cause of that joke or just passingly, which think what it's a WhatsApp message or it's a WhatsApp meme, but it's actually what pushing somebody to suicide, or one of the periods I think what what if they're talking, because it might feel as if we are talking about them even per chabo, and they'll actually think that their life is over. So as we do our stuff, as we make our stupid jokes, but let us also consider and how they would feel if it was your daughter, your son, or your mother and father was in that situation, and they're seeing that joke or that article or that movie that you watch, that you think it's a harmless joke, that seemingly harmless joke can actually end someone's life.
Exactly. That's very true. And Saka, you are helping my youth. You are giving them motivational speaks. Is there anything that you also do in your life? How do you keep yourself sustained, and how do you sustain yourself?
I so far I've been doing online marketing, where I found a job as I market stuff, I market clothes, I market bills. I keep myself busy. So till my stuff starts working, I do what I can do. Like if they know good, they can do graphic designing online, they can work on it. Right now, it's more about being smart. Since see, we are in an era where COVID-19, we cannot go out there and do the normal job. So can we do what we can right now? So far, I've been trying to online jobs till the COVID era is over. I can still push the babysitting. I'm a babysitter. I'm a childminder on all, and I still do one-on-one counseling, and I do online counseling too at times. If they would want to come, I still do online counseling. That I do for free. It's something that I noticed that so many people are affected by a lot of what cases in Angola, and it's something that I give back to society about. But other stuff, that's what keeps me busy. I market stuff on all online and all.
Okay. Well, okay, Thelma, I have some comments here for you. I have some questions. Trinity says, so tell us, did you manage to do everything like Mabasa, act, and all of that? Did you manage to get jobs?
Yes, I did. I've been part of about 6 productions for acting, from raps, Queen Visions, Tisu TV. I did Tisu TV last year. I did a sketch. I did a short film some months ago before the COVID era. I did. I did actually a couple of productions, and at the moment, I'm part of the same place, also part of the acting team at the same place, and hopefully, Mr. Matide will help us create something that's awesome too. So with acting, it's more of me being able to reach out, me being able to scout for jobs on my own, and it's amazing. Even on advocacy too, I'm also, they reach out to me, and I'm also there to be the advocate that I'm supposed to be too. So yes, I do get jobs.
Okay. Okay. Tinengwe question Nanzi about her memory. How is she going? How is she going? Is it like a mental issue or something, or anything that is not affecting you? Does this affect you?
The memory issue, it doesn't affect me that much. It's something that I've learned to manage. I use memory aids. If it's my medication, I use alarms. If I know that I'm gonna forget, I jot it down, or I make sure that, like, I was taught to use memory aids, like by my psychologist when they found out. So I use memory aids. It's nothing serious actually. I've learned to cope with it. If it's my lines at acting, I know my cue points. I learn my lines like all over and over again, and I get them, like, know them note by note. I'm able to learn my lines and the person I'm acting before, who's acting before me. That will help me remember my lines. So I've learned to be able to cope with that, and so far so good. It doesn't stop me from being me. So you shouldn't worry, guys. It's something that I've managed to tame actually.
Okay, I'm very proud of you, to be honest, because in our youth, it's quite difficult to be this strong as you are.
It's God's doing. I just pray and God helps me cope with it. Hello?
Hello, yes, I'm still here. So Thelma,
Yeah.
well, so would you like to say anything to us? Or if you guys have some questions for Thelma, keep on asking. She's open to answer any questions from you. Is there anything you'd like to say to us?
I'd like to say, guys, HIV is not the end of the world. Like, look at me right now. I'm 25, 26 next month, actually. So, okay, yeah, I know finding out today or like last week would be scary. Trust me, I know it is. It's scary, it's frightening, and a lot of thoughts in your head. But trust me, you can overcome. The God that got you this far did not make a mistake. It's the same as flu inombukubata now and then that you knock down and that you don't want food or my garlic.
Hello? Okay, Tinema network problems. But she'll get back to us as soon as she can. Thank you, everyone. And for those that wish to get in contact with Thelma, please contact her per number ziripa screenings. Anonzi Thelma Tshuma. She is based in Harare, Zimbabwe. Thelma is based in Harare, Zimbabwe. Thank you very much, Nomsa. Okay, so we are going to wait and see if she can connect with us again. Hello.
Yeah, I'm back again. Hello?
No problem. Not problem.
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Well, Thelma, if you are doing this for the youths, can you please tell people more about your contacting details so that vanoda kuitawo in touch newe vanokwanisa kukufonera or text you per WhatsApp or by Instagram. Vamwe vari kubvunza about your Instagram.
Instagram and Deepo. A time you could do. Okay, for now I'm not on Instagram and Twitter, but I am on Facebook. My Facebook handle is Thelma Tshuma, and on WhatsApp it's 0773 623734.
0773. Ndoda kunyora number dzako.
623.
Okay, 62.
All right, 623 734.
734.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, you are free to contact Thelma if you need anything from her. If you need my one-on-one sessions, she stands with the youth as well. So please contact her if you have anything that bothers you. You know, my problems, akadai, people can always talk about them. There's always a way out. There are always people that are there for you. Okay, so Thelma, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being here with us. I pano apachoyi my questions. People are not asking any more questions. They're just saying God be with you and hugs to you and that you are very strong and they're proud of you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, Thelma.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Okay, Thelma. I wish you all the best in your path.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Trinity Chinungu, don't block us. We want to know much. We never know tomorrow. What would you like to know? Okay, guys. That was Thelma. Vanoda kumucontact or please contact.